Hello everyone, welcome back to Skyrim with the Fumble Folks. Me streaming here, Sam. Playing the anniversary edition, 10 years since the original release. Still as good as ever, even better now. We are going to go back to our Bairn Stark playthrough, where we are beelining towards getting the undead wolf papa dog, best friend pet. TM. We might need to take a minor detour to get some form of healing. A lot of healing potions would be very, very nice. Hello. Thank you. What kind of healing capacity do we have? We have 10 minor healing potions. One big old good one. Not a bunch. We should probably level down there a couple of times. The problem is, if I go down there now, am I going to beat it? Absolutely. If I go there now, though, it's going to be a slog because I'm going to get murdered a lot. A lot.
Feel free to make requests.
So it might be better to just go in here and see if there are any healing potions now. We are a Nord, we are a proud Nord of Skyrim, and this is Solitude, where the Empire have taken root. So I don't feel bad about stealing. Just stealing. You can see me, you're looking at me. Look away. Thank you. Mine now. Paralysis is not going to be great against the undead.
If you're looking for potions, you should talk to my aunt, Angeline Moral.
Obviously, in the perfect world, I don't have to steal these, and I have enough money, but I don't. But I want to. You know what? That's going to do it. That's going to be plenty. We'll come back to a shop. We will make reparations, maybe. Just a flat, maybe. Defeat Potema, Potema the Wolf Queen. So for those who are not huge Skyrim nerds, Potema was the Queen of Solitude in ages past. She was not a great person. She was very Lady Macbeth, killing people to help her. I believe it was her son ascend to the throne. And then she became Empress. Hey, hello. Got a follow. Thank you very much. Let's quickly update the newest follower on our stream to Toby. Toby's a cat boy. Thank you for following. We are playing Skyrim Anniversary Edition. We are going straight for the Wolf Queen.
You look troubled. Have you come seeking guidance?
No, I've come seeking destruction of the dead, which is the plan. So these are all the different shrines of the 9 divines, except it's only 8 because we are missing Talos, and these guys are Empire adjacent. So what do they each do? Good question. I can't remember. Blocking more with your shield with Stendar. Arcane, I think, is just health. Blessing your Arcane health. Not bad at all. Zenithar, god of Forge. Yes, fortifying, barter, trade, commerce. Talos helps your shouts, but we don't have many of them yet. Kinnereth, I believe, is stamina related. Where are you? There we are, fortify stamina by 25 points. Debella, goddess of beauty. Fortify persuasion or fortify speechcraft. It's very strange that it's speechcraft and not persuasion. Who's that? Akatosh, regenerate mana, god of time, regeneration kind of thing. Julianus, the actual god of mages and magic. I think it's just going to be a flat magicka buff. It is. And Mara, goddess of healing and love, restoring healing spells. So we're about to go fight a lot of undead. We're pretty strong, but we're not too strong. We've got lots of perks to use as well. I think we're going to benefit more from the stamina buff. He says no, we're going to benefit more from having Arcade's blessing there. And it makes sense, the god of righteous death and passing on. Ooh, adding to the wild magic table. So that is primarily for our Dungeons and Dragons streams. What will happen if we reach the limit on there is that we will roll on the wild magic table or one of our own custom making, which is a slightly more wacky. I'll steal from a church, watch me. To create an effect in our game of wild magic. We usually, or I usually, in my games, explain it as a bit of strange magical technology that has gone haywire, thanks to the party's resident tinkerer. But you can do whatever with it, it's quite fun. So please do continue to donate towards that and catch our Dungeons and Dragons streams. It's going to be a while before I'm streaming again because I will be on nights next week, and then the week after I should be streaming. Then, ooh, who saw me do that? That's not fair. She's above me. She doesn't get to detect me phase. I'm gonna go. That's not fair. I got caught stealing by somebody who wasn't even in the room. I don't know if we have plans for what we're going to do for our next Wednesday stream. It tends to be D&D, either our long form campaign or one shots.
Stop right there.
I'll pay off bounty. You're going to take me all the way over there. Oh, they're going to take all of the healing potions that I stole.
Here, Radiant Raymond is a large selection.
Crime doesn't pay unless you repeat the crime. Because I believe there'll be an evidence locker with all the stuff I stole in it.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
He'd be insane to try. He doesn't have
Well,
to.
there's certainly
That's not what my scouts report.
healing potions
Every
here.
day more join his cause. Riften, Dawnstar, and Winterhold support him.
It's not the cause. It's a rebellion.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
People debating upstairs. Whether or not
Right to garrison troops in the city. On the
to
other hand,
believe
also
that this is a real
denies
threat.
Ulfric's claim.
It is, and we're going to
Well,
make
he
them
wants to
realise.
stand outside the
Here we are, here's the dungeon. So I've been playing this myself in the spare time, what I have of it, as a stealth archer, but stealth archers are cool. And honestly the strongest way to play the game, and what people often default to by the end anyway, just because archery is so powerful, stealth is incredibly powerful.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Yeah.
Then I took a
I'm trying not to make this the stealth archer. Prisoner belongings chest. That's empty. I think there should be one called an evidence chest. There is. It's an adept lockpick, but we have 38 lockpicks, and it's also right in the middle, so there we go. Ooh, I stole some iron ingots as well, apparently. I didn't even know that. A bunch of silver ingots. I'll keep Paratus poison. Yeah, let's keep these, because we can get this guy good at smithing. Well, Copper, you caught me fair and square. I did my time. I gave you all returned goods. I did no time. I paid for my bounty instead. My keyboard is having a bit of a wobble.
I haven't got anything to say to you.
Yarter. Who is Beata? I don't know when I've been down here before. If I've been down here before. I'm going to continue to steal.
Can't wait to kill another of Ulfric's boys.
Oh, we're going to come for you. I'm going to come for you, Imperial. Until then, I'm going to steal all your healing potions. So that I can cleanse your city. So that I can get a wolf dog. Right, let's go and do what I said I was going to do right at the start. And then have been dicking around. Oh god, it's amazing. I can't get out. Even with an arrow pointing the literal direction out. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I want to go and kill some undead.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's plan
Please,
is...
unless you interact with them, they just keep saying the exact same thing of, I'm telling you, they're gonna do an attack. And it's like, yeah, just do it already then. What is that? I think sometimes you can hear ghosts from there. I might be making that up. Probably.
Blessings of the eight divines upon you. How
If you
may I
turn me
help?
into the guards, fuck you. I'm coming to cleanse your temple,
The divines are listening.
your city. What one shot should we do? Very good question.
Let us walk in the steps of
We
the
could try a different game system. We could try Dungeons and Dragons. Obviously, best thing to do would be to stick to Osazris, our homebrew world. Why are there just plates on the ground? Asked the warrior. Don't worry about it, said everybody. Search for barrel. Where are tomatoes in this ancient abandoned tomb? Skyrim.
You've arrived at last. The
Hotema.
hero who prevented me from being bound returns to my fold. I have much to thank you for, little one. When you die, I will raise you, and you can take your place by my side. You'll serve me soon enough.
Mommy, no, we're not gonna do that. I'm not simping over an undead necromancer, evil empress again. We have leveled up. That's just a burning oil flask. That ain't good. No siree, no. See, just by default I'm stealthing, because if you can get any jump on your opponent, you can hit them for double damage. Ooh, Waiting Frost. That might be useful. Search a barrel, I'll search a barrel. Tiny weeny little chest. Lots of loot in here already. Oh, well, I didn't get the jump on you, did I? Ooh, that's a vampire. That's a whole vampire. And level up. And I keep running out of stamina. But I am going to go more health because I'm a tanky Nordic boy. Mercy. Mercy? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm taking your clothes. I like them. Ooh. Did I not kill you? I'm sorry. Do take my apologies for not doing that. Am I wearing steel war axe? Is that the best thing I have? No, a mace is better. Why am I not using that? No, this is better. Mace makes undead flee though. I think maybe we should use that. Especially with these lower level baddies. Might be a good idea. A survey of thieves, lockpicking. Wonderful. Right. Onward into adventure. That's a whole dead boy right there. I blame him entirely for that one. I accept no responsibility for his death. He walked directly into the path of my falling mace. Your Honor. That's a big old fire trap. Is he alive? No. He has a cool helmet though. Is it better than what I'm wearing? No, because I can't improve it. It does look cooler. At the end of the day, isn't that all that matters really? Looking cool. I'm a terrible person. Right, hunting bow. Stealth archer. Just to open things up. Skeletal minion. Apparently I'm a necromancer too. And then let's get this party started. Let's start this party. I'm going to start the party with a smackaroo and you smack it. I hope you liked the smack. I don't have. Ooh. We gain 30 health magicka every time a friendly conjured or reanimated minion dies for 120 seconds. I can't cast that, it's too high level. We have company. Ooh, potions. Go forth, my skeletal minion. Useless. Should really be using my shield more, or if I'm not going to use my shield, I should be using two-handed weapons. But I like the sword and board. I'm very tempted to make this character in Dungeons and Dragons, or haven't already made a sword and board character in Dungeons and Dragons. No way are you level. You're low enough level to be affected by the mace. That's now run out of charge. Here's the bad side of making them flee. They flee directly into more enemies. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Oh, and your skull has gone. Thing is, I like the armor that having a shield gives me as well. Casually debating the merits of 1 versus 200 weapons as I murder everyone. Skyrim. Avoid the pressure plate, but the vampire did not. What do we got here? Who is coming for me? Nothing behind the waterfall. Gotta check. First rule of video games. Hello. Smack. Now that this has no charge, I'm better off using the axe, because it does more damage and it's a faster swing. Yes, I am. Says the game. I don't think I can improve anything here. Nothing important. Oh, I just saw a tripwire. Luckily I was already standing to the side. Ooh. Ultimate Magicka potion. That's some late game level potion. Just gives me all my mana back. Spin the wheel. Bum ba ba da bum bum ba da da dum bum. There we go. Is that an ultimate? It's a filter of health, so it increases my health total by a lot, which is going to be useful, I feel. Lots of hanging moss around, which is good, because that fortifies our one-handed skill with the right mixture. Hanging moss, usually. So those were snowberries and hanging moss, unless I'm mistaken. Usually, if two things are together like that, it's an indicator that they mix well. Wrong. There we go then. Do I have anything that I know fortifies your one-handed? Just from my years of playing this game. There's probably something here. I don't think so. I know those two go together to help pickpocketing, which is nice. Wheat. These are going to make me some health potions that also fortify my health. The effect doesn't stack, but it does mean that I have some healing potions. Vampire dust is going to go really well with garlic, funnily enough. And do I have any butterflies or moths? I do not. Not nightshade, no. Makes me invisible and regenerates my health. Lovely. That'll do for now. Ideally, I'd like something to help me resist magic, because I know she's a magic person. We will see. I keep wanting to do my stealth archer build stuff, and the game is like, it's not who you are today. Somewhere is a vampire. They are coming for me. And now they have lost me. Oh yeah, I haven't even done anything yet. I have no shouts. Why did I do this? Why? This is giving me so many healing potions. I think it's trying to tell me something. Sam, you should not have done this. Ooh, brutal. You know what? I think we should be spending at least some of our perk points. Because we have 4 of them. I was holding some for smithing. What can I do? I can make my damage just 20% better. Attacks with war axes cause bleeding. Well, we're using that right now. We might not stick with it forever, but we will probably stick with it for a while. 2 things to increase. Blocking is more effective. Maybe later. Heavy armor is more effective. And we'll hold on to 1 for our smithing. We probably will level again in this area. Certainly if we heal ourselves out of combat like so. Get our restoration magic flowing. So now rather than causing them to spin, we have to cause them to just stop in the right place, which is a great segue for me to pour myself another drink as we wait for them to align. Right, number 1 is ready, go. Number 2. Exciting content. The first time you do it, it's actually quite fun. And number 3 has just passed, so again we're going to have to wait. I don't need to be holding the steel shield anymore. I don't think it's better than my dwarf shield. No. So where is my steel shield? These are all things I could have just sold before I came down here. What are my boots? Iron boots. That are fine. These are even stronger and they give me frost resistance. Why am I not wearing them? Why? Bum ba da da ba 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 da 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 ba ba da da bum bum ba da da dum. That's a powerful magical spell. That one's keeping on firing, and it takes some recharging, so... Done. Now I heal myself. I heal myself. There's a chamber in here. I don't know how to get to it, and I want to. There wasn't a way this way, was there? There is. Ooh, clever. Okay, where is the way to activate that? There it is. Skyrim is such a great fucking game. Hidden treasure. Secret doors. Not a lot of reward for it, but still. Let's get our... I favorited that shit. Sorry, I did. Did I not? There we go. Favorited it now. My dwarven shield. Very soon, I feel like we are going to be fully decked out in dwarf armor because I'm going to make it. We can make it if we try. Well, that's not ominous at all. Say hello to my skeleton friend. I wanted to let him do his monologue. It felt like it mattered a lot to him. Ooh. You're a weak vampire, but you're a strong droga. I'm going to use the first of those healing potions. Let's use all the little ones first. It's just polite. Come on then, hit me. Don't actually hit me. Dead. Tamer's Canton. Give me rewards. Give me loot for murdering you. Oh, you could have just snuck past all of that and just taken the key there. Otherwise, you had a master lock to deal with. And now you'll die. Assume you're through here. Yes. We're still just about stronger than Ben, one-on-one. Ooh, my keyboard's doing that thing again, where it's just not responding in Skyrim, and then everything at once. I replaced my keyboard, and it looked like it solved a problem. It appears not to have, which is pretty frustrating. Sometimes that happens in the middle of a fight, and I just die. I can't even quick save because that is also on my keyboard. Movement is very important in this game. Salt. Take the salt. Damn it. It doesn't even seem to be when it's under high stress, it just happens. Can I just murder this guy? No, is the answer. upstairs? No. Oh, I wish I had my shout right now. Oh, that's a skeleton. That's a skelly boy. Hello, skelly boy. Gone. Can I sneak up on you and just get one? Incy wincy sneak attack. Yay! That was my sneak a bit, which is nice. It's always nice. That's quite a valuable shield. I'll take that. Those swords aren't very good. They're all just shields, aren't they? Ooh, I remember this room. I'm gonna get my own guy in here. So we're going to get ready to try and murder everyone and everything.
Not much further. Come with me. Serve me in death.
If I can loot them before they stand up, I think they don't have their weapons. I am correct. I feel a strange thirst as the sun sets. Ooh. Now I don't. Good. If that happens again, I've got nothing. Not going vampire build for this one. Outfit. You are stronger than I give you credit for. Emotionally. This is getting silly with the keyboard not working. Resist shock. Resist shock. I wonder what's coming up. Let's get a new bony friend.
You've come far. But can you stand against my inner council? Let's see.
So let's get that shock going straight away. Let's get a filter of health as well. Resist shock for 30%. Yes, please. And regenerate health constantly. Yes, please. No, that's all that's going to be useful to us here. The undead do not poison easily.
Don't applaud yourself too soon.
I'm your friend. Can't call me a worm. You can if my keyboard stops working in the middle of a goddamn fight. I don't even know why it's doing that. It's really, really pissing me off now. Because I'm gonna die to some fucking Draugr. Like, it's literally as I'm swinging, I can't move. Skyrim. 10 years. 10 goddamn years and we've still got a broken game. And I love to pieces. Goddamn. Can't do damage to it yet, it's not technically here. I'm gonna get cornered if I stay here. It's already happened. Let's get some healing. But can you imagine if I just didn't work then? I couldn't open my menu to heal like this. Goddamn game. I love you, Skyrim, but come on. Help me out. True shot's not gonna help me. What are you? Restless. I can deal with a restless Draugr. That stops some damage coming in. So I just have you to worry about. with a hit. That's a hit. Oh, yes. What do you reckon, Wolf Queen? One last dance. For all the damned marbles. Mid-swing! I can't remember if she does a ton of damage or not so much. I'm not even using these efficiently anymore. Why are you so tall? Oh, I was on some stairs. Are you afraid of me now? And just like that, Tamer is gone. Big Warhammer. Legend of Crately House. I don't remember that one. That might be a new one. Orcish Warsword. That's also very fun. Do I have any potions of strength so I can actually carry all this out? I don't. Let's drop some of those shields then. It's worth 200. Those boots are worth nothing. That armor's worth something. What are those banded iron shields? They'd be under B, wouldn't they, Sam? Just like that, Skyrim says, yeah, we're not going to make you walk all the way back. Here, have a conveniently placed cave. Thank you, Skyrim. You buggy, beautiful piece of shit. It's beautiful because it's buggy. I feel like they were meant to attack me when I did that. Bony boy, you take lefty. I've got Mr. Righty. Slam, slam. Bony boy. Must I do your job for you every time? You know I love you. Skyrim. I can't remember the reward for just killing the tamer. But I do know that at some point, now that I've dealt with her, I'll get a message from a courier telling me I can go and help release a bone wolf who is stuck and needs my help. I'll do both of these at the same time. Hermaeus Mora. So, I've got a question. Deidre or Aedra?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
I don't think this guy's going to tell me if he prefers Deidre or Aedra.
Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Is that the letter? Warriors Challenge? That one's the new one, I guess. Hendraheim. A warrior's home, but rivaled Sovngarde. Is this a player house? Anybody in the chat know? Hendraheim. It looks like a player house. We'll go get a player house while we're waiting on our dog.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you?
Important question. Am I vampire? No. Good.
You've returned. I'm hoping. Excellent. These things do have a way of working. In case Falk doesn't make it clear, Solitude owes you a debt of gratitude.
You better make it clear. Solitude owes you this day. I didn't do it for them. I did it for I want a bone dog. I want a dog that is undead to follow me around and go work. Were you expecting a noble reason? Silly. I definitely need more stamina. I'm used to having a high stamina character who doesn't wear heavy armor. Sprinting is missed sorely. Sorely missed. I might well do an off session where you guys don't see me just power leveling heavy armor
Quick. I have little patience for my
Lady God,
and
you've done
block.
a great thing today. It doesn't matter. Without you, this
Without
would
you,
be
there would have been a
disaster.
disaster. Yes,
Take
I know.
this payment.
Take payment.
Make no mistake.
I have so very
We
many ways to
consider
deal
you
with people.
a
Very few
protector of
others.
solitude.
A shield of solitude and 1,000 gold. That's much better. Shield of Solitude, 30 armor, increases magic resist by 10, block 15% more damage. My current one, the dwarf one, is 31, but 1 point of armor is not better than all that, plus this one looks cool. And now I can sell my dwarf shield. I need to be carrying 6 less weight. Buy poison, goodbye bad poison. I could use Conjurer's Jar technically. Buy bad useless poison. Could buy bad useless poison. How far am I off? 4. What am I carrying this miscellaneous? A bunch of torches for no reason. Silver I'm going to hold on to. Orichalcum I'm not going to be able to use for ages. I need to lose leather. There we are.
Try my patience.
Slam.
Watch your feet. We just
So, I'm very tempted to get lots of levers to power leveling blacksmithing next. For some reason my character just suddenly looks up to the left, or looks up to the right sometimes. I'm not the biggest fan. Also, keyboard thing.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
Hi.
And looks like that's it. Got to go.
This might be the wolf boy. Where? Oh, that's the one. Friend, we seek your aid. A dark necromancer has been attacking innocents along the northern coast. Oh, that was a thing. What was that? FoolishFool has done something. I'm gonna have to watch it on my smaller screen to figure out what that was. A tier 1 sub. Thank you, FoolishFool. Thank you very much. Subs matter so much, especially to smaller streamers. I'm gonna update the thing so it should say you as the newest sub on the stream. There we go. Thank you. That's a Patreon sub benefit as well. Brilliant. It's, yeah, Patreon, subscribing, everything helps. It means that we are able to put on new and better stuff. It means that we have access to things that we need to actually get ourselves going and make this something that we can do. Some of us can do professionally. Obviously, I do work a full-time job as well. This is my fun, but I'm enjoying spending my fun time with you, and I am very, very thankful that you are donating, playing with us, watching with us. It really means so much. Thank you, everybody. But back to our bone dog. A dark necromancer has been attacking the northern coast, accompanied by strange creatures. I trust that you can help us. Bolgir, Bearclaw. He's Bearclaw now. Let sweeping wolves lie. I don't know if that's what we rush or we rush Hendrheim. Oh, it's literally right there. Well, maybe that's what we rush then. I do want to offload some of the crap in my inventory to well-intentioned strangers. So that's what I'm going to do first. go pay for a room at the inn, have a sleep, and then once we have slept, we will get some more experience for speechcraft. Just those little things slowly tick up in the background.
Welcome, Doc. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room.
You don't need to show me, I know the way, Vinius. I'll murder you all. I won't, but you know, I wish I could. It's the other door, Sam. Where were you? Why are there so many health potions in a goddamn tavern? I will steal more if I have to. Or want to.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Well, since you're here, would you mind when... Okay. That might be taking the joke too far. But he's the one who just appeared in my room.
I'm a little busy at the moment. I've got all sorts of errands.
Besides, Vinius didn't strike me as a bottom. I have 5 viewers, I can... Let's go to the blacksmith and sell him blacksmithing stuff, by which I mean weapons and armor. Bertrand, Beerand.
Seems there's no end to the needs of it.
You're the guy who sent us the
weapons and armor.
letter, maybe. Here's a bad mace, here's a bad war axe, here's a bad warhammer. Here's an enchanted dagger that I might go try and disenchant first. Here's a big warhammer. Here are all these war axes. Do you have any cool war axes that are better? Yes. I don't know if I can improve it as well. I want a dwarven one really, mate. This orc is technically better? Not sure. Steel helmets are nice. All the steel is nice, to be honest. But I don't really want it. I can make this better, and so I will. Just need to get rid of the chaff. I need some steel. You have no steel. Okay, sir. Corundum ore, iron ore. I think I can make steel now. If you have a
Anytime you need arms or armor.
L3, which you
I
don't.
never rest.
Of course, I can just steal from you. It's for the good of Skyrim, my friend. Don't give me your stuff. Oh, I already stole all this stuff. Well then. Whoops. Have I seen your personal message, FoolishFool? No, I have not. I do not have Discord up in the background. I can have a look. Oh, the one you sent at 4 AM. Oh, so I'm sorry, 4:30. I did see it briefly. We'll have a discussion. The answer is no, but we can work with it. Yeah, expertise is a very powerful thing. Can't just have it by doubling up. But we will discuss what could be done to make it fun. Because I want it to be fun. I want all of my players to be having fun. Otherwise,
Hello, and
why am I here?
An archer, eh? I've got just what you need.
Not really. I'm just looking if you have anything cool. No.
Perhaps I'll be seeing more.
Can I sell you my shit?
What are you hunting? Never mind. I don't want to know.
Buy my shit. I'd like to have a bow.
Please come back if you're ever in
He's just
need
got
of
an
legends
orcish war
supplies.
axe right there. Right there. This game makes it so hard not to just steal everything. Right, let's go to the enchanting table. I like this. It's a nice little crafting area. In a short sprint to each other. All the player homes tend to have really good crafting areas, though.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's going to head over to Angeline's Aromatics.
He'd be insane.
He'd be insane.
Try.
Right, the armor I'm wearing is a health one. I'm 100% sure, so I'm not going to disenchant that.
Sir, every day
Ooh.
you're joining his cause. Rift
Ooh.
and Dawnstar and Winterhold support him.
I'm using these.
It's not
Can I
cause.
get both enchantments by disenchanting them?
Call it whatever you
Ooh.
want, Jack.
No, it's not how it usually works, getting expertise by doubling up. It's never how it's not in the, certainly not in the rules. It's a specific thing that rogues and bards get. I may be wrong, but in my... God, how many years have I been playing Dungeons and Dragons now? 6, 7 years plus. Oh God. As long as I've known the game in that time, you can't just get double proficiency, and certainly if you try on D&D Beyond, it doesn't let you because it's not a thing. I have slightly decreased my graphic settings so that the game runs smoother. You might be able to tell. Just swimming in heavy armor because I'm a Nord and give zero shits. And now it's raining. Okay, can I destroy these guys? Maybe, maybe not. I do have my healing potions, which I thought I was going to have to use, but I think I always remember that fight being harder because I had to try and stealth it. This guy is very strong. Hello. I want to kill your wolves and then take them. You're very strong. That hurt a lot. Health. Healing, healing, healing. Ooh, man's got sparks. I have shock resist. I see you played your trump card. Well, you should know. I too have magical powers. Is that my best? Is that my best, he asks. Why don't you ask for ground? I'm going to cook over your corpse. There's so much food added in this game now. Oh boy. Look at all that food, and some of it's very, very good. Tomato bisque. A long taffy tree. They're dumplings, so I don't think you need a proper oven to make. But are very, very good. Crab bisque gives you 2 stamina regen per second for... Oh god, what is that? 10 minutes longer? 12 minutes? 720 seconds? This is just cooked fish. Yeah. Glowing shadows. Pickpocket. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, look at the butterflies. Mine. I take your butterflies. They're mine now. What is that? That is the bone dog. Is that my bony boy? Yeah, come with me. Look at my bony boy. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, puppy. So he won't fight for me, but he does give me a permanent effect, which is an additional 25% damage versus undead, which is very nice, especially if I go to something like, I don't know, Bleakfall's Barrow. The other thing we're going to check out is, Hendrheim. I'm going to go to Hendrheim. Or I could go to my farm. And let's go to my farm and then go down to Hendrheim. Because we're actually quite close to each other. It'd be nice to have a player home right next to my actual stuff. Casual bone dog there. I'm just getting the screen back on my phone and the chat back. Lovely. Lovely. And the keyboard is acting up. We're not even anywhere. We aren't anywhere. Ooh, harvest glowing mushroom. Harvest blue mantler. Harvest blue mantler. Something's already growing here. No. Harvest blue mantler. Harvest, 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 harvest. Lovely. Do I have anything cooler to put here now? Anything more useful? Wheat? Wheat is quite good. Namira's rock would not be bad because that is part of a paralysis poison. Death Bell wouldn't be bad either because that makes poison effects stronger. List of what does healing, and I can't remember everything else. My guy's not an alchemist. He might be a farm, but he's not a big alchemy guy. Let's go adventure. Hendrheim. What is Hendrheim? We're about to find out. We're about to find out what Hendrheim is. I think it's a player home. I think I've said this multiple times already. I know I have. Look at our bony boy. He sort of looks like a human crawling on all fours when you don't pay attention, which is disturbing, but at the same time, he's a skeleton dog. What part of him was not going to be disturbing? I can't say I'm a huge fan of the way that he looks like he is just a cryptid, like a furry who is going for something very strange. But you know what? Hendrheim, I don't know what you are. I'm hoping it's not a massive quest line. Just running through this beautiful fucking game. Look at it. Look at it! Look at that moon. Look at the detail on the fucking moon. That is a fort that probably has bandits in it. We're not going there. We're going to Hendrheim. That looks like Hendrheim. Ooh, she beautiful. I want to live there. Am I going to be able to scale that mountain? It looks scalable. I hear wolves. Where are the wolves? There are the wolves. And now the wolves are gone. Oh, damn it, I was going to hit you. That's about to happen. Oh! Oh, it's brutal. Oh no. Can I skippy jump up the mountain? Please? No, says Skyrim. Find another way around. I say no, I want to skippy jump up the mountain. I want to skip and jump up the mountain. Skyrim says this was not part of the plan. I have amended the plan. I have amended the game. Pray I do not amend it again. Hendrheim! This place looks fucking brilliant. Hello.
Yeah?
I received your letter.
I understand.
Are we gonna fight now? I think you said something about battle to prove my worth.
Fight or die well.
Okay. Yes, we are then. I can make you run away. That's nice. Nah. I might make you run away at some point. You're certainly hurting me a lot. I have healing potions. And a paralysis poison that I forgot I had. You're cheering me on, Wolf. Do I kill you? What happens if I let you get back up? Do you keep fighting me? I'm not sure.
If I can just stand up. Victory is yours.
It's Vena's note. A ring of minor health. Lovely. And a Nordic sword of scorching. Well, how about that? Adriana's note. When the world was young, things were simpler. As I saw vermin, we fought to survive, and in death we found glory. Now we fight our own shield sisters and brothers for banners that change with the wind. When I killed Yarak on the battlefield, I vowed not to take up arms again. I found honour in this choice, but shame in its consequence. The bards do not sing tales of those who die in their homes, slain by time. If I am to see him again, I must stand eye to eye with soon on the Whalebone Bridge and earn my place in the Hall of Valor. I miss you, brother. Wait for me in Sovngarde. So she wanted a warrior's death. She was rotting in her home and she wanted a warrior's death. And that's why she would not yield. And also gave me her house. I'm not going to question it because Skyrim. I genuinely think this is my home now. Ooh. Ooh. I've got a lot here. So I've got my enchanting table and alchemy lab right next to just a bunch of free soul gems. Just ingredients everywhere. I am a little bit in heaven. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Oh. I'm going to mount such cool shit on this place. Just a giant roaring hearth, a huge dinner table that goes downstairs. What's downstairs? Downstairs is even more places to mount my So there are many dragon priests in this game, and they have masks. And they're quite cool to wear, but they're even cooler to mount on your wall and declare your victory over all of the evil dragon worshipping kind. This is a special place to put all the different weapons you can get in the game, apparently. Ebony Blade, Rueful Axe, oh, all of the, like, Dawn Gavroni Shield, Oriel Shield, Harkon Sword, so that's... I'm a happy boy. Oh, what's this? Champion's Cudgel, the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate, Blood Scythe, Soul Render. All of these are unique weapons in this game. This is just ones that you like. Yes. Thank you. The Ethereal Shield. Targe of the Blooded. Spellbreaker. So these are different shields. Wulfrad. The Shield of Isgramor himself. Yeah, that's pretty good. I quite like that. I quite like that a lot. So that's just for downstairs. These are all just your choice of weapons, yeah. That is a giant cooking. Oh, we've got an oven. Got an oven with lots of ingredients. Ooh, just a bottle of wine. Don't mind. Do. Why did she abandon all this? Just a Nordic battle axe just sat there. Mine. A bookcase full of books. Full of books. Ooh, an all for Wolf Queen. That might be a nice sub-quest. Is there a bookshelf? There is. let's get all the Wolf Queen books. It did that thing again, which just shot up into the sky. If it does that in a fight, I'm going to be quite annoyed. Where are you? Wolf Queen. Yes, yeah, okay, we don't need to read them. Which one did that put in there by accident? For refugees. Yeah, take that one. But I'm quite looking forward to getting all of the Wolf Queen books and putting them in there. Gold, gold. Strong box if we want it. Just a coin purse, just more money, why not? Why not? It's a Skyrim, because I don't want you to have it. Wolf Queen Volume 8, we've already got that one, yeah. It's going to be fun. Ooh, places where we can have our adopted children, if we if we so want to. Very cool. Shrine to Akatosh, more gold and a garnet. Lovely. I have found another player home on one of my other characters. This is better. I got the like necromancy vampire one. This one is immediately better. It doesn't have a forge, but I'll give a pretty good guess that the forge is outside. Which does make sense. If the game can stop crapping itself for 5 seconds, and there's the forge. In all its Nordic glory. Can I make a steel ingot? I can. I can make 2. And now I can improve. Oh, look at this beautiful fucking forge. I can keep all of my ingots in here when I'm not using them, all of my leather. It did that thing again where it just stared at the ceiling. I don't care. It's beautiful. Can't improve it very much. That's fine. Is it better than my current one? I don't think so. 28. Oh, it looks cool though. Look at me. Look at Ben Stark and his bone wolf. I have a dire wolf. I have a dire wolf and I only just got that joke. Chat has paused for some reason. See some of it. It's also pausing on my mini screen, so let's see if I can get it to unpause on there. Oh, it wasn't paused, it gone all the way to the bottom. But yeah, expertise is a really good thing, but it's really good and really strong for a reason. It takes like a feat or one level in rogue to get, because rogues are very, very strong. I love rogues very, very much. I have a friend, Laurie, an amazing DM, love him very much, and he will tell you any day of the week that rogues are the best class and everybody should be playing rogues and we're all fools for playing anything else. And he's not especially wrong. But I do like playing other things as well, and then multi-classing rogue, just to get expertise in 2 random things, because it's very, very good. It's a very, very good class. Right, now what? Now where do we go? We have a brilliant player home, which I should store all of my ingots in. All of my gems as well. Not the soul gems that we need to fill though, they're coming with me. We could probably make some jewellery and level a bit there, but we're not going to. Some wine. Should probably get rid of some of these books. How close are we to leveling smithing? We've got 2 books to increase. Ooh, let's get some heavy armor. Fists of steel. That could be quite nice. 25% bonus if wearing heavy armor. Yeah, Yeah, we're suddenly just so much better. Half damage from falling. Conditioning is for 1. It doesn't weigh anything and doesn't slow you down. So suddenly I get all of the carry weight of it back. That's a very, very nice one, but we're very far away from it. 75 isn't a stagger. I'm not doing stagger too much. Block is fun because you can end up with this one, where you just raise it and knock down most targets as you go. So just run in a circle and just knock everybody down. Again, I want to save this for that smithing, so I can get dwarven smithing and just suddenly become a god, because you just need iron and dwarven ingots to make lots of bows and level extremely, extremely fast. Maybe that's what we only need to level twice. Let's get all this shit back out of here. I bet we can. I bet we can. Says he, the fool, the foolish man. Eh, not such a fool. There we are, straight away. Lovely. Smithing, dwarven armor, and weapons. Yeah. Right. Where can I get a lot of dwarf shit very quickly? Markarth? Yes, definitely. Girder. Oh, maybe we should do main quest line a little bit. I bet there's some. I bet if I just walk towards the mountain, there's some dwarven ruins though. I'm trying to remember where the closest ones are. They're frightened. Oh, we don't need to level it up straight away. We can do other things. So let's drop off those ingots again. I hope you're enjoying the running commentary of me just saying everything I'm doing as I'm doing it, because that's what this game is gonna be. Let's do a bit of the main storyline. Why not? Level 12 and still haven't set foot in Riverwood. No, we did. We got to Riverwood just to steal a bunch of stuff. My mistake. Hi everyone, I've got a dog. Please respect him. Girder. Riverwood. Knock knock. Oh, you're asleep. 6 AM. Fair. I have to work tomorrow. I do not like it. But it is the way of things. Ooh, hello. I think you're here to teach me a lesson.
We're here to teach you a lesson.
You are. Any guards? Stand still. Yeah, let me just stand still. Or kill you. Take all your shit. And immediately sell it to the blacksmith next door. Let's do that instead. I prefer that one. Who hired you to kill me? Vivian O'Nice. I think that is the woman whose potions we stole. Fairly sure. Who's to say? Hi, you girder.
New to Riverwood? If you're looking for work, go see Hod at the mill. Cross the river and then head north. Here's the key to...
Here's the key to your house. Okay.
There is something you could do for me. For all of us here.
There is something I could do. Come back. I've only got little legs. Hi, I murdered a bunch of people because they were trying to murder me.
What dead. I see the grind. If you've got the raw materials.
Why can't I sell stuff to you? Do I have to wait an hour because it's not 10 AM yet?
Aye.
Hi. Now?
You looking for
Yes.
Looking to protect yourself?
Skyrim.
Some damage.
Hold to Nordic battle axe. Take this. Take it all away. I'm not going to use that ever again. I'm still carrying too much, so take all of the plate armor they were wearing. 61. What am I wearing? I'm wearing the banded armor, which is worse, but is enchanted. Do you have? You have a bunch of dwarven metal ingots. Funny that. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Ooh, yeah. 61 versus, so it's only 5 points of armor better versus 40 hit points. I'll get steel armor later in the game. I don't need to rush now. Now I'm going to turn all those dwarven ingots into dwarven bows. Bonk, 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 bonk. And a level smithing. It's that fast, kids. Just $9.99.99. Alrighty then. Yeah, alright. Can I just... Bone Dog, I love you. You know I do. But... out the way. Right. Girder. The weirdest named person. Talk to me. Ask me. Quest. Give me quest.
To you, friend. May you die with...
Take what you need. Thank you.
There is something you could do for me. For all of us here. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your...
Daddy Balgruuf! Yes, of course I will. Let's go via the barrow. And by the barrow, I mean... the barrow. Can I just scale it from here? Can I just get it from here? I'm not sure. I might be able to just jump up the mountain. I don't think Skyrim wants me to, but I'm not anybody's tool. Mountain climbing with Skyrim. And the car. Fucking keyboard. I need shouts, which is why I'm doing this. God, is this going to feel like a cakewalk? He says, "Come at me."
Never should have come here.
Why? Why, Skyrim? Bosh. Goodbye. Have a safe trip. I've got a Nordic sword at level 12. Fuck all of you. Thing is, if this was all on Creation Club, actually, I mean, it kind of was, wasn't it? It was all on Creation Club. And you could have bought this at any point before buying the anniversary. Which means you can just pay money to get a sword this powerful, level 12. Is this pay to win? Am I playing a pay to win game? Skyrim become a pay to win game? Because now I have a brilliant player home, which is not necessarily winning. But it came with a brilliant weapon that I now just have forever. Like, it's not end game, but it's pretty far late mid-game. Hi. It's just because I don't have a high enough one-handed like, look. That felt fucking amazing. Technically, I paid money. I feel cheap. No, I don't. I feel awesome. But still, it bears memorizing. Memorizing? Bears keeping in memory. The anniversary edition does add all this stuff, but it's not free. Not even if you had special edition was this free. There were some free things. This was not one of them. The free things are ultimately less cool. Hello. I came here to ruin your day. This feels very strong. I am, however, immensely enjoying myself. We might be sticking to a one-handed build for a very long time. Always have to look in every nook and cranny. Why? Because there might be treasure, but I can sell to buy and get more powerful things and make more treasure. Adventure. Ruin the local economy. Just absolutely destroy any chance of economic stability this place had. No, I want to fight this guy. This is what a heavy armor build should feel like. It's snack. And snack. And whale. One day we will get a triple snack, I know. That didn't work. I'm not sure if that's my keyboard or just because I'm moving too fast. But you know what they say, skate fast, eat ass. I don't, but they do. How many viewers for? That's fine. As long as no one clips it, send it to my boss. You know what? You could clip it and send it to my boss. I'm not sure they would mind too much. I'm hoping not, anyway. They seem very professional and cool there. Really, this is a stream. This is my spare time. The clients might watch this somehow, but it's not like my name is on it. Like it says Skyrim. Someone coming. Ooh, arachnophobia warning. Arachnophobia warning. Spiders, I repeat, spiders. Or one massive spider to be more accurate. There it is. This thing always seems so fucking strong. It's still strong. Ah, heavy armor build. It just needs that one perk to come into its own, apparently, to make everything 25% stronger. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. But that's the power spike. You might say, Sam, how could you know there was a chest there? And I remind you, I have played the fuck out of this game. Sam did not have a lot of friends. Sam has a lot of Skyrim knowledge. Yes, I know who you are. I could talk to you. People watching this aren't watching this. because they are interested in that deep Skyrim lore. If they are, that's Arvel the Swift. He's just a bandit who stole this dragon lore and figured out how it works. How it works is you read the palm and it tells you what combination to put in. It's cooler when he says it, I suppose, but now he's dead. If you just chase him and you don't kill him, what happens is that he gets to... Oh, I don't want the iron battle axe. You, Chris. As you get to this point, he runs headfirst into that trap and dies, which introduces you quite neatly to traps in the game. But we've already done that. Can our wolf set off traps? Yes. Yes is the answer to that question. How did I become so much more powerful? I think it's because I was fighting extremely powerful enemies far too early for my level. And now we come back to Bleakman's Barrow, which is proving to be a little bit of a cakewalk. But I like cake, as you can tell by my impressive girth of my waist, children. Well, I have 3 viewers, one of them is me. I think one of them is Bree, and the other one should be FoolishFool, who is our esteemed Hellite. Is that wrong? And you're tuning in? And you're not one of those people? Say hey in the chat. Or if you're watching this later on, catching up, say hey. Say hey Sam, you don't know who I am. And then I will feel bad. But you'll be right, and that's the most important thing. As we all know from the internet. Goodbye, Droga. Wake up. Burn. I know. You're making me hit me even harder because they're undead. God, I love heavy armor. That felt cool. That block felt cool. Sword and board. Knock knock, it's death. Problem is, I'm going to keep looting and not find much better than what I'm wearing for a little while. Which is fine. Just a chest. Oh, why have you got a chest there? Is it an important location? Oh, it's next to some mushrooms. Does it have the mushrooms in the chest? No, just a chest. If D&D had Skyrim treasure rules, the party would be over-encumbered every 10 foot. Picking a lock. It's done. Pick a motherfucking lock, yeah. this guy is usually the little mini-boss in your way. I think I'm about to murder him in the space of about 10 seconds. Although my sword is now out of the fire charging stuff, so it won't be as efficiently deadly. He says. You might be wondering why I left the minor potion of magicka there. It's because I don't respect it. Hope that answers your question. I will not be taking any further questions at this time. I love this place, but I have done Bleak Falls Barrows to death. Dead. Oh, you survived the long one here. Congratulations. You will not be remembered. I shouldn't have leveled up, because we've got a fight coming up. It would have been useful to hold on to that. Ah well. Can I get stronger with one-handed? I can get stronger with swords. There we are. I feel like we're going to be using this sword for a while, since it's insanely powerful. So it's probably worth investing in. Oh look, it's the puzzle door. If you read his notes, he tells you, look at its palm. And now I'm looking at its palm. At its palm. And I can zoom in on it if I want to. He says. It's not letting me. There we are. It's a bear. It's a moth, and then it's an owl. That's not right. Bear, moth, owl. And now they are aligned. Huzzah! Nothing. I was wondering what happens if I try and swipe the bone dog. The answer is nothing. If it had been the case that it had killed the dog, I would have restarted from whatever last save point, because I'm not living in a world without my bone dog. There are lots of other pets in this mod, and I'm not sure if they give you that bonus effect like the bone dog does. Suppose we might find out one day. I'm going to loot this first. Meridia's Beacon. What a time to get Meridia's Beacon.
Touches the beacon.
Do I want Dawnbringer now?
Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcree. And I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
If I get Dawnbringer, which I'm not sure is better than this sword will be, but it might be, I would become an undead killing machine, which means it'd probably be good to do the Dawn Guard DLC. Knock knock! Oh, that's not good. Where's my shield? That's a very good shield. Can I charge it? I do have a little bit of charge for it. Still have it. And gone. Oh, I love this game. People just joining, which is some people. Might wonder why I didn't get a quest objective for getting the Dragonstone there, especially if you've played this game before. The answer is because I'm doing this ahead of time. Because that's just who I am this week. That's who I am every week. Drying so hard. Just imagine you're a bedpost, but you're just a note in a song. Note in a song? Line in a song? Verse in a song? I can't remember the lyrics. We're going down, down in an earlier round. Right, what's going to be best? Let's go to the entrance, and then we will descend down the mountain. Look at my bone dog, he's a good boy. We are headed to Whiterun. Named because there's a waterfall in the locale area where the water runs white because of froth. And for no other reason, there's no other reason that the water is white, and anybody who tells you differently is lying. Ooh, that's a saber cat. That's quite strong. This might kill us. Quick save. We have gotten so strong. That's what it took, apparently. A kick-ass sword and that one perk into heavy armor. And we are a god. I don't think we're quite a giant killing god yet, but we are a giant stealing from god. Which sounds weird. Where's the chest? Where's the chest? I want to steal all your stuff, is that okay? Say nothing and don't react if that's okay. Goodbye. Bone dog just casually walking through the area. Can I outrun a giant? In a sprint I can. I don't want to get too close to it. I think I am going to trigger its attack of me as I go past here. No, I'm not. Ooh, someone else fighting a saber cat. I wonder if I will kill the survivor. Ooh. You're just like a wandering bard, aren't you? Teach me about beechcraft?
If you're serious about sharpening that tongue, you might try the Bard's College in Solitude. The life of adventure and song is the life for us, eh, friend?
I like the Bard's College quest. It's very fun. I feel like with us reaching Whiterun, we have two clear options ahead of this character. This tanky, beefy boy. I think we go either to join the companions in the halls of Jorvaska, or instead we go and join the Dawn Guard and become the undead killing machine that we knew we were born to be. That might be what we face next time, is the decision of where to take him, into the Holy Paladin route versus the just pure fighter route. You don't want that. Imperial Bow Fatigue. Imperial Bow Fatigue? Imperial Bow Fatigue? Imperial Bow Fatigue? Oh, it's the Imperial Bow Fatigue. Yeet. Somebody might say, why is it important I kill some of this giant? You know you can't loot it. The answer is, because it makes Ayala respect us more if we had participated in fighting it. And Ayala is our queen.
You handle yourself well. You could make an order, and we show
That unique armor still does things to Sam 10 years later.
Not for me. The old man's got a good. If you go to him,
Good luck.
Don't think there's any loot we have. No, just for arrows I shot into him. Ayla is not the best companion, but you can understand why there's a lot of fan fiction about Ayla. It's the Khajiit, it's the cat boys. Rawr, XD Catboy, hello.
Take a look.
This is getting increasingly disturbing. But look, we have Corkbulb. What's Corkbulb, you ask? Well, there's a new edition in Anniversary called Random Curiosities or something like that, which adds a whole bunch of random brand new potion ingredients that you can pretty much exclusively get from the trading caravans, which is cool because it gives them an even more unique thing. I already liked them. But things like Corkbulb and Gnarlbark and Impgall and Moonsugar already existed, and Steel Blue Entoloma and Stoneflower Petals and Wisp Stalk Caps. What do they do? I don't know. There's only one way to find out, and that is by eating them. That's correct. We're going to eat everything that we don't know the ingredient to already. Why? Because we're scientists. God damn it. I've had some wine. It tasted nice. That kills us. That kills us. That restores our magic. That is not telling me yet. Oh, that paralyzes us. We'll get some more of that. God, I love this game. That makes us resist frost. That makes us resist poison. That makes us resist shock. I don't know what that does yet. It's going to tell us. Oh boy, is it going to tell us. Oh, I cannot wait. I'm glowing from excitement because it's going to tell us what that one does. It damages our health. And the Impgall, fingers crossed, something good. Damages our health. Resist magic and restore magic. And the Mirror's Rot damages our magicka. And Nightshade damages our health. And Noru damages our health. And Rock Egg. Rock Egg? Rock Warbler Egg. I don't know. And I don't know what the Saber-Cat Tooth does either. Or I do know what the Skeever Tail does, but we're going to eat it anyway. And the Swordfish Egg. Rock Warbler Egg restores our health. Saber-Cat Tooth restores our stamina. Skeever Tail damages a stamina regen. And resists poison from the Swordfish Egg. Ooh! Small antlers. I ate some small antlers. I just ate them. And they gave me a weakness to poison. Which is probably not a good idea considering I'm eating so many things that are poisoning me. Restore Magicka from the Steel Blue Entoloma, and Stoneflower Petals give us a weakness to shock, and Torchbug Thorax restores our stamina, and the other thing I just ate and can't remember already, Tundra Cotton resists magic. And Wisp Stalk Caps damage our health. Okay! Well, we just dropped a bunch of shrooms. And it made us magic. Isn't that always the objective? Oh, okay. Hello, there are dragons. Also, I have a kick-ass sword and armor and have a pet bone dog. Say something.
City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
I am official business.
Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
Do you have eyes? I cannot see them inside of your mask. Isgramor, legendary Nord, and also massive racist, as it turns out. That might be why the Nords like him so much.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
Adrian Avicii is someone we will sell lots of things to. Who are you?
Yes?
Oh yeah, you work there. Let's play. Is it a new NPC or has Sam just forgotten who this person is? We're shaping up to a dragon fight fairly soon. I think we're going to have a dragon fight fairly soon. Can I get some hype for a dragon fight in the chat? If the keyboard will stop messing around. Yeah, you shut up.
Heard the
performing the
The
dog.
Dragon Guard. Vampire hunters or something. And the old fort near Riften. Might consider checking it out myself. Level 13, 14 really. That's a bad number. Okay, so that's Yorlef. She comes and confronts you before you talk to the Jarl. She's like his bodyguard, the line of defense. And you usually ring around Rosie's head. I'm going to, but keyboard almost stopped me. Ring around Rosie's. No, keyboard. No, no. Ring around Rosie's. Ah. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I've got my eyes.
Well, I trust you have something vital.
The dragon destroyed Helgen.
Owns the lumber mill, if I'm not mistaken. And you're sure Helgen was destroyed?
Yeah, because they're trying to cut my head off on the dragon game.
But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to
It's coming this way.
Smear Irileth was right. I serve Jarl now as steward.
Yeah, you
Shall
do.
we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
Any ideas for a name for our bone wolf?
We should send troops to Riverwood at once.
Looks eerily like,
It's in the most immediate danger.
in the way it moves, like a person moving.
That is a provocation. He would assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack.
Beautiful bone boy.
We should not.
Oh god, my keyboard. I don't know what is happening with Skyrim.
Slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Also, chat is paused again, I think.
I'll return to my duties.
That would be best.
I don't know if I can get chat to go back to normal just from here. No, so I'm going to have to reach into the ether. And chat. Oh, there's been no chats. That's fine.
Well, here. Take
Ooh,
this.
just gives me dwarven armor.
Come,
He says,
let's
here's
go
some
find
dwarven
the
armor.
dragon.
You should just
My
have it.
court wizard.
And I say, okay.
He's been looking into a matter related.
That's quite strong, isn't it? That's a lot stronger than the one I'm wearing. I'm gonna disenchant this one now.
Dragons and rumors of
God. Right, let's disenchant that other armor. And let's wear the ring that gives me the same benefit. Frost sword, goodbye. Not getting rid of my Nordic sword, are you insane? Minor alteration, cool. Still got those boots on. What ring am I wearing? Am I even wearing a ring? I'm wearing a necklace. Silver garnet ring that increases my magicka by 1. I wonder. Let's not do that. Let's instead not do that. Instead of doing that, we'll just not. And have the one that gives me loads of health. There we are. That's better. Hi.
Come to Dragon's Reach.
You have a project I need to help you with.
Project? You think you could help me?
It's
I really
dangerous
don't think
to
so.
leave a soul gem near an unwounded
never-
pentacle.
Please forgive my earlier rude. Now, what did you say you?
I'm clever.
Yes.
You need someone to
Well,
fetch something
when I
for
say
you.
Fetch, I really mean.
What am I
just
fetching?
Straight to the point. I learned.
A stone tablet in Bleak Falls Barrow. Oh, wouldn't you know it? I've already got it.
The Dragon Stone of Bleak Falls Barrow.
Give me a
Glad to see the Jarl
reward.
about-
It's too late. The dragons come back. Oh no. What is going on with my keyboard? Thungar, you need to come at once. The dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too. Dragon, how exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing? It was burning people, Farengar. That's what dragons do.
Not now.
Not now.
Not now.
Not now. What is my keyboard doing? What is it doing? This game is silly. Often.
Bernard tells me you came from the Western Watchtower.
I'm talking to this guy here.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
There was one.
The sword coming from the south.
Oh, that's right.
Faster than anything I've ever seen.
I thought you were going to ask about my baking, but you know, fine, dragon. I guess that's the most exciting thing going on. I guess that's all that's happening in Yorlan's life. Fine, I'll tell you about the
Come
dragon.
after me for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take
Oh
it
my
to him.
god.
Head down
You're
to the
his
barracks, get
dad.
some food and rest. And burn them.
My Bone Wolf is ruining my moment,
Better gather some guardsmen and get down
which
there.
is...
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me.
Don't you dare
There's
fail
no
him.
time to stand on ceremonial prayer.
Need
I
my
want
help,
you
yeah, I know you do.
And I haven't. And please, accept this gift from my personal arm.
You come along. I would very
Iron
much like
boots of waning shock.
No.
Disenchanting table. Goodbye. I'm holding onto that level up to use in the dragon fight, because that's going to be a special weapon. We have 13%. 13%. Ooh, it fortifies two-handed as well. Ooh, very nice. Let's give ourselves more healing potions, and that'll do. There are potions that fortify your your heavy armor use. We will presumably do that as well.
Good luck. I hope you get there in time.
I can't fast travel that. I can fast travel that. I'm gonna beat Irlith there. I'm gonna kill this dragon before Ilar shows up. Irlith? I am a mixture of slightly drunk and tired. Mostly tired. I stayed up very late after our Rapid Rider stream, which was lots of fun. But then we were talking about our homebrew setting for a long time with some very cool new ideas for spells, races. It is in the works, and I will say no more. It is very, very cool. Are you a courier? No. Again, I do not think I'm at liberty to say anything about it, other than that things are being worked on that are very cool and very exciting. Don't know how well that whistling is coming across there. Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the dragonborn comes. With a voice wielding power, the ancient Nord art. Believe, a dragonborn comes. And we gon' go slay a dragon. Woo! You know, completely mismatching armor. Backpack astride us. Symbol of a wolf on our side, and bone wolf somewhere, presumably. It's the Eastern Watchtower. It's the Western Watchtower. It's a very tired Sam.
Still here somewhere. Rocky
Still
and Talon
here.
just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it.
Yep, and if we go up here, we get the best view of it approaching. We get the best view. Show me the dragon. It's the dragon! Hello, dragon! I'm gonna shoot it. I got you. I shot at everybody, it's over. Let's go for the Imperial Bow Fatigue and Ancient Nord Arrows. Let's wreck some dragon. Mir Mondir. For anybody who doesn't know, all dragons have a name of 3 parts. Oh my god, you are here. You made it. I'm so glad you made it. I love screenshots like this. Die. Die, dragon. Die. Critical strike on the dragon. Yes. Yes. Sure, we'll go for anything else. And it's in the sky. It is afraid of me. Come back to the ground so I may strike you again. Fear me, dragon. I will slay hundreds of your kind before this is done. I'm currently on fire. I'm gonna stop conjuring my bad bow. Instead, I'm gonna get the Imperial bow. Fatigue. You're aiming at the guards. Stop aiming at the guards. Coward. Come to the ground so I can smite you. Come closer to the ground so I may smite you faster. More stamina. Is it dead? Did it say Dovahkiin no? Have I missed that every time I've played this game that it said Dovahkiin no? Have I learned a new thing about Skyrim? Again? God, I love this game. Good. I am.
In the very oldest tale, that's what you did.
Oldest tales, the Skyrim gods Kinnereth let us scout. First,
Only mean one thing. You must be dragon.
I am.
Like old Privacy said.
I've never heard of Privacepting killing any dragons.
That's because there weren't any dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever.
Now for the first time in forever.
Irlef, what do you say to all this?
Tales tell of dragonborn.
I've been all over Sky Tamriel, and I've seen things just as outlandish as this. That's a dead dragon. That's something I understand.
Tell us, do you believe in this dragonborn business? Some of you would be better off.
You ain't understand, Haskell. You ain't a Nord.
Here's a dead dragon, and that's something I definitely understand. Now we know for sure. But I don't need some mythical dragonborn. Someone who can put down a dragon is more than enough for
I
me.
did.
You wouldn't understand, Housecow. You ain't an orc.
All across Tamriel, I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as.
You okay, buddy?
I'd advise you all to trust in the strength of your sword arm over tales and legends.
God, it looks
Shouting, what you just did.
cool.
Must be. You really are dragonborn.
I love heavy armor. Back to Whiterun. God, I need that conditioning skill. I genuinely might have an interim, like, hour where I just stand in front of something with my shield up and level blocking and heavy armor. Because it's not good entertainment, but those skills level so slowly if you don't. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o.
Doors, wares, and wares. All for sale.
No comment, Rasad, about the giant cacophonous boom of magic, ancient Nord art, and all that? You wouldn't understand, Rasad, if you went to Nord. But other things, so well, obviously we're talking about maybe going companions, going for Dawnguard. We could consider just going into Civil War and settling that early days. wrecking shit in the name of the Stormcloaks. I usually go for the Imperials. My reasoning being that the United Empire is going to be stronger against the supremely racist Falmor that represent like incredible white supremacy. Whereas the Nords are looking for sovereignty to a degree, and there are racists who are on their side. Either way, nobody wins. The Imperials really are looking for unity. They want everybody. They want everybody to just be happy. Why can't everybody just work together? I'm so because obviously we know Elder Scrolls 6 is happening. They've announced that. That is happening. I might be 50 years old when it comes out, but it is happening. And I'm excited to see what they do with the resolution of the Civil War.
You heard the summons. What else?
You're holding a big dwarven war axe that you weren't before, which means that's mine.
My brother needs a word.
That's my reward.
What happened at the watchtower?
I killed a dragon.
There's no, but there must be more to it.
I'm a dragonborn.
Dragonborn.
That's what they call me. Ooh, the Greybeards, who are they? Okay, I'll definitely go speak to them and not ignore this quest because I don't like climbing away up the steps.
That was the voice of the Greybeard, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tyberceptive himself.
Just one of you talk.
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, dragon.
What about this?
Nonsense. Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our
I'm channeling. I guess I'm trying to channel Thomas Gar vibes as I'm doing this. Thomas Ridgewell, the Dark Squidge himself. Absolute legend of YouTube, creation, illustration, and working with animators.
Whatever happened when you killed that dragon? It revealed something in you.
Yeah, reveal this. Foos.
They think you're Dragonborn. You're weak.
Your daddy Balgruff.
Better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards.
If anybody but you had asked about, I would have ignored this quest forever. But I forgot that he specifically asks you to climb the 7,000 steps and so do it right away. And that is daddy fucking Balgruff.
High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place.
Alright, Boney boy, we're going up a mountain.
I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seen
It's a lot of talking.
Before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what you've done at by my right Jarl.
Apps of Whiterun.
I'll also note.
And I am Thane of Whiterun. Just like that. One dragon. Later on, he might come to regret that decision. 10 points of stamina damage. I think we know that one already, so that one's just gonna get sold. I'm just gonna sell the Axe of Whiterun. Fairly sure. Disenchant. Yes. Yeah. Oops. Oopsie daisy, your toy's useless. Arengar, I want to buy shit from you. I want to buy stuff from you, Arengar. That will do. Buy my stuff in return. Buy all my things. Arengar, buy them. Goodbye. Goodbye my stuff. I'll get a lesser one as well and sell you these things that I don't want and you will take. You know what, I'll get a big one. I'll get a big one.
You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the
Bone Wolf, out of my way. Bone Wolf, no. Do you need to come further
See
inside?
if this damnable conflict has claimed everyone's passions of late.
Yes,
Me?
and now I can
I
escape.
prefer my books and my spells.
No, Bone Wolf. You've trapped us both. Yes! And we're free. God, I look cool. I'm a mismatch of garbage, but I look cool.
The Jarl has appointed
Follow
you.
me.
Lead the way.
Come on, Lydia. We're going to wreck some shit in a mountain.
Wow, easy. Did it? You killed the dragon.
I did. I killed a whole dragon. The only reason I'm going to stop here, not stop the stream, the only reason I'm going to stop on my immediate path to climb that mountain is because, oh, it's a courier.
I've been looking for you. A letter. Looks like that's it.
Another letter. Oh, fun. Dinner invitation? That one? Yeah, that's the necromancer house. I'm not doing that one. I don't want to. It's an incredibly difficult fight, but I barely survived as a stealth archer, and stealth archers are incredibly overpowered. I might do better as a heavy armor one, to be honest, because it sort of puts you right in the middle of the action.
Come on in.
Those are all the
Just
spoilers.
stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Give
Wait
me a
for this
room.
one.
Here's money.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thank you. Hi, Sadia. 10 hours of sleep. Or 11. That's fine.
You're looking for? Hulda's the one to talk to.
Well met, kinsman. Well met, traveler.
If I can buy a dwarven ingot from Adrian, I can upgrade the new armor I got to be even stronger.
I don't. Take a look.
There it is.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need it.
So we're going from 68 to 79. And that gets even better now. I don't know why. There you go.
You there. We're looking for someone in white.
Who are you looking for? A red guard woman. Not the one I just spoke to. It couldn't possibly be the one. That was the one. Right, let's climb the steps. I want a horse to do it for me. I don't want to climb the steps. I want to pay a horse to do it for me. Give me a horse.
Man like you needs a war horse, I
Yeah.
suppose so. You've got the deal. It's the one with the saddle.
Put armor on my horse. Steel armor.
Of
We'll
course.
give it a Stormcloak saddle. Hell yeah. It's not got armor on it. That's fine. Why has its armor been removed? Can I put the armor back on? Does the saddle remove the armor?
Only thing better than riding a swift horse is riding a... Of course.
Do I have to... Oh, there we go.
Ride strong.
Okay. Well, the armor's gonna be better than the saddle. My horse has heavy armor too. Fuck you. I'm impenetrable. No, let's start in Helgen. Yeah, I always go this way around, but it's also it's much more convenient. My back is clicky today. My horse has armor. Your argument is invalid. Look at this bad boy. Girl. Look at this bad girl. The last one we have is called Bandit. I'm still looking for name suggestions for both Bone Dog and now my horse. And for Lydia, because fuck it. There must be some console command I can use to change her name in the game. Ooh, storm cloaks. Hello. Let's buzz by here. Lovely. My horse is better than yours. Look at my horse is amazing. Give it a lick, tastes just like raisins. How a stroke of it made, it turns into a plane and it turns back again when you... Ooh, who's Visco? Hello, friend. Hunter, what have you got for sale? I'll take some pelts. I can turn them into leather to help me power level my blacksmithing. Look at my horse is amazing. Is there a mod, or can we create a mod, but when you, not all the time on the horse, just when you sprint, it starts playing Look at my horse is amazing. What horse is this? Is this just a free horse? No, you wouldn't be stealing that horse. I don't know who it belongs to. Maybe that hunter. I mean, technically it is free. Who are you? Hello.
I want to be on the right side. I was born and raised in Skyrim, but the Nords treat us like dirt. I want to be on the right side.
You're going to join the Empire. I don't feel great about my decision. Luckily, look at my horse is amazing. Is that copyrighted? I assume it has to be. I hope I don't get the video taken down because I sang a song from an old YouTube song. But somebody WhatsApp me if I should stop singing that song immediately. I hear wolves. I no longer hear wolves. I'm trying to think. If along the main storyline, you have to go to every single hold for something. I'm fairly sure the answer is no. I think the major ones you might have to, or at least get close to. But things like Dawnstar, not at all. No, it's on a tamed rabbit. Just like we have this dog, we also have a little bunny rabbit called Thistle. Hey Thistle, you want a treat? Thistle's been added. Do I still have my bone dog? I do. Are they both travelling with me now? No. Okay, Thistle is now travelling with me. Are they both with me? Do I have two pets? Is this allowed? Do I have two cute, adorable animals following me? No, follow me. Horse. You're right, horse. I should have said 3 incredible animals. Your name is amazing until further notice. Because my horse is amazing. How about that? Right. That's my bone dog, but it's definitely following me. The Alchemist Shack is such a nice find. I don't know where Thistle the Rabbit's gone. I'm hoping it's following me in some capacity. There it is. Yes, it's following me. I have so many friends. I have so many fluffy and or bony gelatinous friends. Amazing. My horse is amazing. Give it a lick, it tastes just like raisins. Look how it's made. Again, let me know ASAP if that is illegal to sing that song. Don't think we can get a bear friend. I'm not going to try and get a bear friend. I'm going to run away from the bear. The brave Sir Robin. Oh god, I'm tired. 10:15. I think I'm going to wrap up somewhere around 11. We'll probably get to the top of High Hrothgar. Learn a bit more about shouting at people. And then finish. We'll see. We'll see what time it is when it's around 11. I'll tell you what I do like about High Hrothgar and the 7,000 steps. And I'll pause this to talk about this. It takes the concept of a dungeon, right? So you have to delve into an area, you solve puzzles, you defeat monsters, you get a reward. Or you complete a quest, there's something down there you want, and you need to go down and get it. Cool. The concept of a dungeon obviously comes from old school Dungeons and Dragons, where it would be a dark cave, or in lots of cases, dungeons of a creature that is keeping things in his dungeons or something like that. I'm sure there's more lore behind that, but cool. But it puts in mind this idea of a enclosed space, usually below ground, dim or dark light, which is fantastic. But every encounter in most other role-playing games refer to those things as dungeons. This enclosed space where you're seeking an objective, you're trying to do something. Sometimes it's like your campaign or a episode almost, but that is your dungeon. And it's just become so ubiquitous with the term that describing any kind of encounter, where there are going to be a few things to deal with, some puzzles, and you get a reward, as a dungeon. But that can apply to anything. I've run a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and one of the first dungeons I ran was a mysterious island, but they had to travel there and then fight their way to the sort of centre of this island where a dark ritual was happening. And the 7,000 steps are a dungeon. There are fights along the way, there's lore to be had on the way up there if you want it, and the quest is at the end. Now don't get me wrong, Skyrim has a lot of dungeons that are just caves in the ground, or literal dungeons. But, at the same time, it has things like this.
Greybeards tend not to get out much. Well, it's kind of... Trouble is, my legs aren't what they used to be. Really? Here, take this bag of supplies.
I tell you what I do like as well. There is a chapter of the Dawn Guard quest line that happens in a whole new region of Skyrim called the... Oh, here you're testing me. Hidden Valley or something like that? That might be a brand of ranch. Forgotten Valley or something like that, where you have still living snow elves, and it's very, very cool, and I like it. But this whole area is one big dungeon, which ends with a big boss fight at the end. And frankly, that's very cool. Does the same thing with the Soul Cairn, Solken, like neither of them have a good map, which gives some of that old school gaming vibes where you're like, I just have to remember where things are. My brain isn't trained to do that anymore, so it makes things a lot more difficult, but it's not necessarily bad, it's just a lot more difficult. But yeah, this sort of subversion of the dungeon being this dark space that you crawl through to fight the evil thing rather than a mountain that you are climbing up the side of. Because it means, oh, you could like go off and get help rather than being enclosed in the space. But really, could you? I can't go off and get help here. Maybe a Dungeons and Dragons character could go off and fly at higher levels. But having a low level dungeon, be set on the side of a mountain, not a cave within it. You can do that quite easily. I think the reason you struggle to do that usually is because you don't have that linearity to it. There aren't two walls on either side of you pushing you forward. That said, I don't have two walls. I have an objective pushing me forward here. I don't have two walls. As long as the objective is real enough, you don't need two walls to keep me going in the same direction. I'm just going to head in that direction. You can call it rails, or you can call it good storytelling. Like, genuinely, my players were debating ignoring a different dungeon because they had an objective and they needed to follow that, and they were going to go straight that way. If I had put that objective in the dungeon, somehow, doesn't matter if it's middle of a forest or an open plain or in the middle of a cave, they are going to go after it. It's not a railroad. It's just something worth moving towards rather than considering moving in any other direction. That's all you need. That and time pressure helps, especially in Dungeons and Dragons. You need a reason why they can't constantly be taking long or short rests in between, because otherwise they just get right back up to full power. So long rest in a dungeon is going to be bad because you're going to get ambushed, they're going to come towards you. It might mean that they have less power in the lair that you made for them. Or it might mean that they are much stronger when the characters go to face them. They have had time to complete their dark ritual. They have become stronger, and they have summoned minions, and those minions are now in your way. I like that one better, because it replaces that encounter, and if they take another short rest, guess what? They're getting stronger next time. I'm not saying you have to teach your players not to take long rests in the middle of a dungeon, but you have to teach your players not to take constant long rests in the middle of a dungeon. That does not go well. This is the Ice Troll. This is everyone's bane. I have a Nordic Sword of Scorching, and I don't give a solitary fuck about it. Come at me, you trolly icy boy. I have a skeleton, I have a horse, I have a bone wolf, and I have a Lydia. Well, we all know it was going to murk the bony boy. Oh, it's so strong. I regret my decision. I don't. Already, I had one break for healing potions, and it's in the ground. There's really no more threats up there. And I've got Thistle the bunny as well. How could I forget Thistle? It's Thistle the bunny. Are there Nordic ruins down there? Oh yeah, I know what they are. There comes a point in the game where you're like, Huh, this is telling me something's miles off in that direction. Well, it must not be miles off. It must be close enough for... Oh yes, I know. Because I have completed this game so many times. Still come back. Especially for brand new content like this. Where my horse is wearing steel armor. Up high Hrothgar. Whilst I have a bone wolf and a bunny rabbit following me. And Lydia is here because it's Skyrim. And they just gave it to me for free. On the road again. Don't know if chat is going, but there's 3 viewers and I'm one of them, so I'm assuming not. Which means I'm just gonna have fun playing my game. Playing my fantasy game, because that is the best thing to do in these situations. Have fun. I'll take all this stuff, sure. I'm Dragon Ball. It's mine now. Knock knock. It's for Dragonborn. Daddy Balgrove said that you were important enough. Hello, Ongia.
So, Dragonborn, show us, Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice. I am Master. Now, tell me, Dragonborn.
I came here because the sexy Jarl told me to. I'm answering your summons.
You stand it. Here we commune with the voice of the sky. We will do our best to teach you.
What is my destiny? It's for me to discover. Cool.
Well, sure. But do you have the discipline and temperament?
Absolutely not.
Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a human.
Have you seen what I am accompanied by? I have a rabbit called Thistle. I have a bone wolf called Bone Wolf. I have a Lydia called Lydia. I have... there's no discipline. Look at what I'm wearing. Look at what I'm wearing.
All shouts are made up of 3 words of power. As you master each word,
Good boy, you good boy.
Master Einar.
I demand to pet for Bone Wolf. Stay here, this is your new home. No. I can get it to carry things. It and Lydia will carry things for me. Can Thistle the rabbit carry things for me? Oh my god, it can. I'm hoping the realist in me hopes that Thistle the rabbit can only carry like a couple of herbs or something. The comedian in me hopes Thistle the rabbit can carry a sword. I don't think they realised how loud that noise would be as they were trying to have dialogue going in the background.
As dragon, when absorbed or slain dragons life force directly. As part of your initiation, Master Einar will allow you to tap into his understanding.
Thanks, Einar. Bone Wolf. Is it already upgraded? Lovely. You sit. 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 Good boy. You sit and you lie down. Might have to go and let my cat in because otherwise it's going to be out all night. I don't want that. Lie down. No, sit. Good boy. rules. Oh. Hands up if you said first Rodar as a child and hoped that it would actually work because you were a child. I was 15 years old when this game came out. I was 15 years old when this game came out. I remember it coming out. I was so young. Do we learn world here? Oh yeah, we learn world as well. Huh. Oh, this game is old and I'm not old, I'm 25. But look at it. If this game came out today, you would say it's fucking amazing. No wonder they haven't made the next one yet. Look at this shit. It's fucking brilliant. If you struck gold, would you go, oh, maybe there's more gold over here? No, you'd mine the gold as long as there was gold there. I don't think he does that usually. And I don't know why he did that. Is Bone Boy going to lie on the... No, very good. Wood. I like how Lydia and Thistle are keeping a respectful distance. Bone Wolf couldn't give a solitary fuck. What? Just had a brand new message saying what? They're standing so far away, but my dog has to be right next to me. Yeah. Just fully bowling down people.
More quick mastery of a new theme is... no, indeed not. You are now ready...
Beware, your skills don't outstrip your wisdom. We're already there on gear. Ask them anything, and I have in the past, and there's a lot interesting about these people. Essentially, if anyone is interested in Skyrim lore, because I love it. There was a time when there were dragons, and just dragons and mortals, and the dragons were about to end the world, and they, in that time, while waiting to end the world, were just lording over all mortals and just teasing them and calling them names and making them slaves in that order. And there was a goddess called Kinnereth who is one of the Aedra, the 9 divines, and she said, oh, that's not fair. So she got some mortals and said, you know how the dragons can breathe fire and have this sort of world-changing magic? They sort of speak the world into a new reality. Here's how you do that. And so we just did it. But it still wasn't enough. It was enough to fight dragons back, but not sort of end their reign of terror. So what mortals did was they said, well, this is the word for, like, dragon, and this is for word for mortal, and this is the word for bind or something like that. So if we shout that at a dragon, they become mortal. And everybody went, oh shit, let's just shout this at the dragons. And then the dragons all went away. And it was really strong, but not strong enough for Daddy Dragon, who is Alduin. That's not true. He is firstborn son dragon. So he said, nah, that's not strong enough for me. But the Nords had a different plan. They said, okay, well, we're just going to send you forward in time then. And he was like, oh shit, what up? And so he got sent forward in time. And that's what the beginning of this game is Alduin being sent forward in time to now. And we are the last one of those people who is naturally able to learn the dragon language. Everybody else is like the Greybeards. No, the Greybeards know how to speak the dragon language, but they have to meditate on it so much to understand what it means, like have that core concept of exactly what does fuss mean. Like, it's not just force, it is strength, it is movement, it is this. They have to meditate on that. We learn that by absorbing a dragon's soul, and we are able to understand their key concept of one word at a time because game balancing. But it means that we have this like incredible power where we can say, I learn the way of a voice. I learn how to bend reality as the dragons do. And that's why the Dragonborn is so fucking cool. Because he's technically the last one, the only one of this age that we know. Minus Mirak, who comes in another one, who is, again, messing with time, was a Dragonborn of those ones who Kinnereth taught the language to, and taught the ability to do it, who decided to turn against everyone and serve the dragons instead, until he thought even that wasn't enough power for him. He said, how can I get more powerful? Well, I need to know more dragon words, I need to know how to bend reality more, and who should I go to but the Lord of Forbidden Knowledge, Hermaeus Mora. That is a whole other DLC of, like, literally, words that not even the dragon knew about, oh, this is the word for bending mortal wills to your command, and this is the words for becoming a dragon yourself, or channeling the spirit of a dragon throughout yourself. And because of all that, he became incredibly powerful. And then you have to go and beat the shit out of him. Much like everything in this game. Look at this incredibly powerful person. Now go and beat the shit out of him. But that's why I love this game. Because if you didn't go and beat the shit out of people, they would think they're better than you. Can't have that. In the context of a game, do not fight people in real life. It's not fun, and only hurt happens. Unless they're a Nazi, in which case I'll immediately punch them in the face. I hope I'm not being too controversial when I say I don't like Nazis. Hello.
You there. You're the one they call Dragon.
Well, I spent the last 5 minutes gushing about that, so yes.
Your lies fall on deaf ears, deceiver. The true Dragonborn comes.
So these guys are talking about Myrak. They were in a tight formation and this guy was just wandering off, and then he's like, oh shit, the formation. But now he's facing the wrong way.
None shall stand to oppose.
I think we outnumber you, dude. Hold on, let me check. Yep. I might not even fight you. I might let my army do it. Yep. Who sent you? Was it Mirak? I can't loot you for some reason. There we are. Fucking keyboard. Work! There we are. Just loot everything, we can sell it. Would ever form of a Dawn Guard, vampire hunters or something. Might consider joining up myself.
The Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something.
Timber White Arms, you have a quest. You're having a bear problem. Bring me 10 bear pelts. Okay.
I'll gladly pay you for thinning out that herd.
I can't even remember what she gives you. I don't think it's worth it, but it's still funny to just bring this woman 10 bear pelts because she doesn't like bears.
Now go give those stupid bears.
Where's Klimek? Where's this dude? My dude, I have good news. I went and I delivered the goods for you because you are old and infirm and cannot climb 7,000 steps. Rather than buying a horse, which is what I did.
Ah, good to see you again. How'd that deliver? Quite a anyway, much
He
appreciated.
gives me 750 gold pieces for climbing some stairs. That is why you always pick up that quest. Okay, where next? Do we have things we can just tick off? Yes, we have a Riverwood quest we can just tick off. I was so young. I was a baby boy. 15-year-old Sam was... I had long hair back then. Hello, Riverwood Trader. It's me, your boy.
One of us has to do something.
I don't know.
Something happened? You had a break-in. Oh no, they stole a dragon claw. You mean this one? There you go.
This back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
Yes, I did.
The Riverwood Trader is everything you need in a general store. Thank you.
Gave me 600 gold.
Bit of that.
Wonderful. By this axe. It was given to me by the Thane of Whiterun. The Jarl of Whiterun. I don't want it. It's bad. Cult boots. Buy my shit. Buy my shit. There you are.
Till next
Still have
time.
309 weight. What am I carrying? Oh yeah, with dragon bones.
Means so
I
much.
should have sold them to him. But blacksmith can't buy them. That's fine. Right, any loose ends we can just tie up immediately. Tell Atar the bandit is dead. I don't know who Atar is, or which bandit I killed. There we are. Oh yeah, last episode. We can get him as a companion, can't we? There was something about that. I can't remember. Thistle found something. What'd you find, Thistle? What you got there? You found some fire salts. Holy shit, Thistle. You get alchemy ingredients. Cool.
Seville Stentor has a grasp of magical theory I would never have expected.
Racist. Jala. Jala at your boy. Knock knock, it's the Dragonborn.
You wouldn't be a sellsword, would you? I have a little problem we can
What?
solve.
Kind of dagger have you got?
That's a load off my mind. Here's your pay.
Oh yeah, now I can just get him to follow me.
About you.
Yeah, you're following me, not Lydia.
Looks like you've got someone already.
Lydia, he's cooler than you.
I've got your back.
You know what?
Let's get going then.
I'm gonna come back to this guy because I've got a job for Lydia. Because I have a farm. We're not killing Lydia. We're not killing Lydia. There's a amazing farm just down the road. It's a beautiful farm where she can run around and be happy.
I've got your back. I'd be honored to be your steward. You've built a fine steading here. I'll see to it at once.
Already got a horse. Get
Build a
livestock.
pen for it first. Of course. What room would you like me to furnish?
Oh, I can turn this place into a whole house. I'm not going to. I'm just going to make it my farm. Because my house isn't too far away, to be fair. Build an animal pen. How do I do that? Free firewood and some nails. You know what? We might come back to this. But for now, Lydia's gone on to live in a great farm. She can run around. She can feel the breeze in her hair, and she's going to be so happy. But she's going to stay there forever now. That's where she lives. She lives in a farm. She's not dead. She's just in a wonderful farm. I'm hoping my executioner friend's here, otherwise I sent an idiot to a farm for no reason. Oh dear. Oh no, I don't think he's here. Hello, do you know where he's gone? Maybe he's... I think they might be gone. Probably just still in there, right? Do you find something for Saul? Go find an ingredient. Why is everybody running this way? Oh, it's children. You. 2 PM. Let's wait until later in the day. The tendrils that bind your reality together. Well, maybe we should wait until even later in the day. Knock knock, it's your best friend. Hi.
You're a good friend. Here, take this. You're a good friend.
8
You're a
gold.
good friend to me.
Thank you.
That means let's not waste any time. Let's get going. What do you need to take?
That executioner's axe is just... Yeah, I'll take the dungeon key. Just give that to me. Headsman's axe. That's so cool looking. Hell yeah. No, that's your thing. If you die, that's...
Lead on then.
Yeah. Okay, I've got my new menagerie. It's a bone wolf, a bunny rabbit, and an executioner of solitude. I don't know what he's good at. Oh god, where do I go from here? Do I just go there and do stuff? Let's go kill that bandit leader. Let's go and kill them. How'd I get the bunny? With the new anniversary edition, if you go to Alchemist Shack, which is at the foot of the throat of the world, I'll show you on the map. Where? So that's Helgen, which you can always fast travel to because that's where you start the game. You follow the road up and around and come down. This way, sorry. You follow the road up. There's a little swivel. There's Haymar's Shame, which is a vampire dungeon that I ignored because it's part of a different quest. And down there you get to the Alchemist Shack. It's literally on the road, you can't miss it. And that is where you will find Thistle, as well as a lot of nice alchemy ingredients, and the something in a jar, the butterfly in a jar. Whichever way you twist it, the butterfly stays in the same place. No, you could do this for hours. Right. We should probably sell some of our stuff at some point. Thistle. Ooh, something's coming for us. It's a dragon! Oh, you have a bow, that's cool. The Imperial Bow Fatigue. Somebody made an oof noise. Come at me. Who are you attacking? Am I not important enough for you? I am appalled. I am the Dragonborn, motherfucker. Come over here and die. I will not be cheated on. Me and my bone dog expect a certain level. Why is there fire over there? You are important. But why is there fire over here for no reason? It's an elk. Hello. You're attacking me now. You do nothing. I am a heavy armor wielding bitch and you are my nothing. You are nothing. Come back here and die. I have 50% frost resistance because I am a Nord and everything in this fucking game has frost resistance. I'm also wearing boots of frost resistance. Your breath is nothing more than a plunge pool. Oh, you landed next to me. What a shame. I think this is going to end poorly for the dragon. I was right. I really need to sell some of this shit. Or, here's a thought. Where's my hide?
Stopped. What is it?
You stopped. Well,
What do you need to take?
I need you to carry every single one of these dragon bones and these dragon scales for me.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, now let's go. Amazing! For those who missed it, I named my horse Amazing. Why? Look at my horse is amazing. Give it a lick, it tastes just like raisin. Have a strawberry, it's made, turns into a plane, and it turns back again when you. Ooh, that's dirty, do you think so? Well, I better not show you where the lemonade is made. Sweet lemonade, sweet lemonade, sweet lemonade, yeah, sweet lemonade. Fuck you, Saber Cat, I'm a god now. Genuinely, do you remember how long it took for Gahir to feel like they were a viable character? My Frost Mage. Remember me going, oh, we finally reached the point where we're stronger than the things around us. Level 14. With a heavy armor build. And believe me when I tell you that Stealth Archer is stronger than this. Why did I ever want to do a Frost Mage? They're so weak. Again, this is Giant's camp, and they just have this treasure chest here, and I'm just gonna take it. What are they gonna do? Wave their clubs at me? Probably. It's not stealing because I don't respect them. Be a lot for my therapist to unpack there if I had one. A flawed Valor Stone. Also part of a new thing. I can't remember which one. Something about old what's his face. Rebellion dude, Oblivion Gate. That's the one that I really want to check out, and I think I'm going to check out this character, but I can't remember how you start that quest, and it sounds like a slightly later on end of game quest. Where you go back through a portal of Oblivion, I think. What's his name? I should know this. Daedric Prince of Rebellion. The entire plot of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Bye, Wolf. What is his name? I keep wanting to say Himaris Mora, but that is the of Glavicus Vile is the god of bargains. I say god. in the loosest sense. Aedra and Daedra. He is the Daedra, the Daedric Prince of Bargains. This sword is so fucking strong. It's nearing 11 PM and I have work tomorrow morning. It is in a different branch. It starts with boosters. I want to be cogent and diligent to my patients. I believe I can do that. In fact, I know I can do that without very much sleep. That said, we're probably not going to go too late. I also have 3 viewers watching, which is great, and I enjoy every single one of you being here. But one of them is me, so I have 2 viewers watching. Which means I don't feel too pressed to keep it going. If we get a massive raid, absolutely we'll keep going. I don't care if I am a vegetable tomorrow. Who is this? I'm going to say who is this. It's a random event person, but you look interesting. You are Feldris.
I'm on a pilgrimage
Ah,
to
yeah,
Shrine
you're on the
in
shrine.
the mountains to the northeast. I'll mark it on your map.
To Azura, Daedric, Prince of Dawn and Dusk. Considered one of the good Daedra. At least one, not one of the bad ones. Merwatch is something new. I think it's another player home. There's a lot of player homes. I can't remember how you get this one. When I say I can't remember, I have not looked up how you get this one. Ooh. Ouch. Well, I'm fine. My horse is fine, so I don't know why I fell off of it exactly. Something's down there and it doesn't like me. What is it? What are you? What are you? It is a chorus. Evil insect. Which does so much damage. You'd think it wouldn't, but it does. Let's paralyze it. I can't remember what that other one did. And heal myself. Didn't need to paralyze it. It's so dead so fast. Merwatch requires a key. Started Merwatch. Find a way inside. Oh, you're pointing me directly towards it. Hans's journal. Do we want to do this? Let's do this. Let's do it. My eyes doused in flames, the hair will light the way. Hair part doesn't make sense. Eyes are stone seal. Doused it in fire from my torch. Chopped kindling in a bonfire, still nothing. Well, he had a book of flame spell, so let's try the flame spell. Oh boy, here we go. Douse for eye and flame. There's for eye, flame. The hair, well, it's just a hair. Magical bunny, meet thistle. I don't know where it's gone. Yes, you're there. I can see you. You haven't moved yet. The hair will light the way. Well, it's just sitting here for now. It's trying to move. Is my bone wolf blocking its way? That seems buggy as shit. Activate the ceiling. There we go. Are you just gonna go to here and explode? You did. Well done. The tower door was unlocked. That's literally it? No, that cannot be it. For fuck's sake. Another player home. I wonder how much cool loot is in this one. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. And you can teleport to different rooms in this one. I have read a bit about it, just didn't know how to actually get it. Fine arm guards. What in the living fuck are you?
We've stopped. What is it?
When's your next execution, boy?
Ain't got one, but I'd fancy filthy Argonian never would have set foot in this city if High King Torrin was still alive. I can tell you that.
Little bit racist there, buddy. Wind it in. A juniper berry crostata, which gives me 2 points of health per second, 60 seconds. Ooh, very nice. Well, considering we have so many homes, I'm wondering if people want me to go and adopt children, which I'm tempted to do. Previous. I'm gonna go to 11th. Oh my god. Ooh, yes. Look at all the soul gems. Ooh. Ooh, I'm tempted to pick up Gahir again just to give him this goddamn room. I hope all of them have this like special like racks for all the stuff. Ah, unenchanted illusion staff, unenchanted destruction staff, and the staff enchanter. Yes, please. What do I need? What do I need to make shit? Okay, it just went away. And back again. I need a heartstone. I have found them in the past. I'm assuming that your level in enchanting helps you with that. I'll look at that. Heartstone, 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 heartstone. Bowl. Staves in this game are useless or the most powerful things in the world, and there's no in between. Staff of Flames, Staff of Sparks, and that's it. Staff of Sheagorf. I need Surta's Eye and the branch of the Tree of Shades. Targets that fail to resist are paralyzed for 10 seconds. What the actual hell is that staff? Wow. So just passing by, this is pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh, look at all the bloody potion ingredients as well. I'm having a good time, can you tell? Oh my god, the Quicksilver, okay. Okay, so that's a Quicksilver ingot. And that matters because I can use that to upgrade the Nord ship, including a battle axe we got. And later on, the sword we got as well. Which means it's going to be worth power leveling our blacksmithing, because then I can I can improve enchanted items. And the best way to do that, Torsten's Skull Key. What is Torsten's Skull Key? I don't know. Either way, that's another player home we have now. This is getting silly. Maybe we should go and get the other one. Maybe that's the next objective, is just to get all the player homes. This is meant to be clearly like the Mage's Tower one. I feel like the Warriors Hall, Mead Hall one is definitely going to remain our main home for a very long time. But it's cool to have a Wizard's Tower. It's always cool to have a Wizard's Tower. If we ever get interested in illusion magic to power level, then maybe that's what we'll do. In the meantime, we are continuing to adventure towards glory. Honor and spiders, apparently. Where are they? I can hear them, but I can't see them. Now I can see them. And now I can't. Ain't life grand? What's this? So this symbol here that you can see on the top there, that means ancient Nord ruin of some kind. Not a big dungeon, usually just an outside bit. But ancient Northern ruin all the same. Kjenstar ruins. What do I need to kill? If it exists, there's something to kill in there. That's the first rule of Skyrim. Second is there will be bugs. So the game bugs out. God, I don't know why I like this minigame so much. But I do. Brawler's Fur Braces. Unarmed strikes do 8 additional damage. Cool. Oh, maybe there is nothing to kill here. Maybe I misspoke. I'm suspecting Skyrim was going to correct me there and say, no Sam, there is something to kill. Yeah, I'm wrong. Look at my boy. Look at Mr. Stark. Full Iron Man. Dwarf Man. Ancient Nord helmet. Steel. Stuff. These are useful because they have paralysis. I just remember young Sam going, oh, Canis Root and those things. They do paralysis, and that's the most useful poison in the game, because if something's paralyzed, not only can it not block, it can't deal damage to you. That's much better than anything else. I think there are bad guys here, and so I will summon my skeleton minion and say, fight him instead. I am a coward. And then say, haha, I was never a coward, and you were fools to believe so. Goodbye, Necromancer. Goodbye, Bandit. And that's that. This game is just so fucking beautiful. That's Solitude. That's from Blue Palace, up there, middle of the screen. I'm not sure how that's coming across looking at my mini screen, but that rocky outcropping there, that is Solitude. That's how close we are to civilization. And here we can see civilization. Necromancer's Row. Adventure awaits. And there's Bone Dog, who is a good boy. I don't know if we are going to raid tonight. We have 4 viewers. I'm quite happy to. I'm going to keep pressing on until I know we are or are not raiding. I think that makes sense. I am temporarily going to again check chat. It is up to date. And it is. I will say if I hear nothing by 11:30, I'm assuming that we are. Oh, Kenneth, if you want, it's up to you. I am. not aware of who is streaming at the moment and who we can raid. I'm quite happy to end it at the end of this. This is quite a long dungeon. This is quite a long dungeon, so I think we'll probably start it and then pick up here next time. Yeah, if there's somebody that we want to raid, we raid commonly and we enjoy raiding, then that might be what we do. But if instead we have nobody that we commonly raid, then I think we will not do that. I am going to stick with shields, and so quick reflexes is going to be very useful. Plus we're nearly leveled anyway. Did that make sense for words that I just said? I think so. Don't have to raid, it's fine. Well, in that case, if there's nobody really that we usually raid, we don't have a great number of viewers at the moment currently. And so we are probably not going to raid. I'm going to start this off, and once we get to an area which I know and think of as where all the skeletons are, that is where we are going to stop for the day. Let's show them all the power of boom.
You will sour at my hand.
I am the master of the arcane. I bash you in the shield with the face and then go boom. I am the master of the sword. I nearly said the word. It was a rude word. It was a bitch. I feel like I have to specify it because some people hear gamer word as something very different. As a fucking homophobic slur. It's like, oh, it's just a gamer word. No, no it's not. You're on your own. We're not backing you up on that because that is a horrible slur. Why would you say such horrible shit and think that people are going to defend you? As, oh yeah, it's just people say. No, it's not. It's a horrible, horrible word. Bitch has horrible connotations as well, especially in use against women in a derogatory, misogynist fashion. I am using it here not in that way. I'm using it to imply that she is a female dog, focusing on the dog and the fact that she is inferior because I've essentially made her my bitch in a fashion that she is made inferior to me and made inferior as a dog, made at my mercy. That sounds even worse. I'm going to stop digging this hole and just fight Draugr. I think that's a good idea, don't you, everybody? It's interesting, like, you go back to swears and you try and think, okay, how do I realistically defend the swear word I'm saying? The answer is usually not a great number of ways to do that. Juniper berries. I'm taking everybody's robes to sell. There is the occasional coin to be had in here, but we're gonna press on. We're gonna press on. We've got stuff to do. We're a busy man. That is forward, I'm fairly sure, which means this is treasure. I refuse to believe that even a 15-year-old Sam could miss that there's a giant door here. think a 15-year-old Sam walked straight past the cave to even turn down here, to be honest. Yeah, well, it's not great treasure. That was 17 gold and a magic potion, but we don't ever use magic. Bone dog! Bunny! Did you find something? Stay here, this is your new home. No. No. Right, I think we're coming up to the bit with all the skeletons soon. Hello. Bash. Bash. Slam. 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 You are frosting me, so I can't have stamina to bash you. Very clever, sir. Have a sword. You win. You forgot I'm a Nord and therefore frost resistant, like everything in this fucking game that I love. I don't know how long it took them to make Skyrim. I don't think it was 10 years. But as soon as they saw that this was a success, they should have been working on the next one. So I'm hoping it's not like the announcement of 9 years later that they started working. I know it's not, but part of me still fears. This is the bit with all the skeletons. Hello. Come at me. Just come at me. Where are you? I can hear a skeleton. I can hear you. Your fire does nothing. I think there is like some, not serious, but a good amount of loot around here. What's the thing with Skyrim? You can spend 5 times as long going around every nook and cranny, getting all the minor healing potions. Or you can just power through the dungeons, and I don't think any way is wrong. But one way you're going to become much stronger, in game terms much faster. You're essentially here to carry my shit at this point, do you realise? You haven't joined any fights. This is me talking to Atar, the person who I've just taken on as my new follower. Right, let's get to a bit of the skeletons, and then let's call it a stream, I think. There are undead there. So guess what? I slaughter undead for breakfast. Because I have a bone wolf. What is here? It looks good. It's a chest and it has gold and an old iron shield in it. What does this do? It closes the way back out. Let's undo that then. Can I do anything cool here? Disenchant my sword? No. Those, yes. Those leather boots? Yes. That's fine. I feel like this dwarven armor could be made better than what I'm about to do to it. But at the same time, that's pretty good. 20 extra hit points. Nothing to turn your nose up at. Getting a lot of messages from the group chat right now. Literally nothing here. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. This is a bit with lots of skeletons in it.
That's wow.
Well done. That is wow, indeed. Much wow. And that is where we're going to save and come back to Ustengraf. Or the East Grave, which makes sense when you think it's a grave in the west. But that is where we are going to bring this character back next time. Again, it's going to be a little while because I have work and Christmas and parties at Christmas and holidays at Christmas to consider. When will we be back? I don't know. Some point. Will it be a Friday? Maybe. It might be when we can fit it in as and when. But there's so much good content on Fumblefolks now that probably I want to continue this campaign. Yeah, campaign, kind of. Skyrim campaign. But there is a lot of good stuff on Fumblefolks now to check out on every single day. Not every single day, but if you follow us on Twitter, you'll see when we are streaming, you'll have a better idea of our schedule. Honestly, there's a lot of good stuff to watch right now. And yeah, it's all here from Fumblefolks. So with that, I am going to end this stream. We're not going to raid tonight. We are just going to end it because it is late. And I have work tomorrow. And also I don't know who is streaming right now. So, I hope you all have had a good time. We killed some dragons. We became even stronger. We have a bone wolf. We have a bunny. And we have a executioner who sort of hangs around in the background and carries stuff for us. Honestly, the bone wolf is more impressive. But next time, we're going to continue to follow the way of the voice, learn what it means to be Dragonborn, and potentially, up to you, join the Dawn Guard for companions, or maybe fight in the Civil War. We'll find out next time. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good evening.